I had something called trichotillomania, and I didn't pull my hair, but I would pull at my eyelashes in a kind of the old phrase like that says, you get so stressed you pull your hair out. And so they had, at about age 20 years old, we had a tornado destroy our house, and it took our cat, dog, and our neighbors. And after that tornado, they said from the stress, I was pulling at my eyelashes, getting eye infections. They put me on Prozac. And when I turned almost 25, I was living in Los Angeles. And I just thought, I don't want to be on this SSRI dangerous drug anymore. And so I sought out hypnotherapy. I'd had an accident a couple years ago, broke my foot and had a couple fractures. Was traveling, had a long story, had an accident, and learned that with Ehlers-Danlos, you can be more likely to fracture things, or your skin is more easily, is harder to heal. Wound healing is difficult. And it explained a lot of things for me. And now we're going through the journey with that, with figuring out a natural protocol because there is no cure, quote unquote. Even though you're born with it, I believe that you can turn those genes off so that your symptoms are far less severe than they could be.
You had them all.
Yeah.
But Erin, what is the fire, or what is it that kept you alive? Because people with 1/10 of the things you have to go through, they feel that they have the worst they give up.
I guess that it's a passion inside me, that activist inside me, and an advocate, like you said, an advocate for the people, but also an activist. But I know, not my birth mother not having, I almost died, as she's very open about. She wrote a book about it, died while she was pregnant with me, almost died before I was born. So she had a very bad pregnancy, and I realized that also with the tornado, I told you I'm supposed to be here. There was something inside of me, or a voice, or God, a higher power that was saying, I'm here for a reason. And so I just knew that I don't know. I just knew that I had to be here, and that I had a mission. And I feel like now I have a purpose. The doctors that died, it is amazing. One thing I've noticed that they have in common from Dr. Bradstreet, which was about just over 2 years ago to up to just last month, is that all of those doctors were pretty extraordinary in the work that they were doing. They were all very outspoken, and they were really helping put people into remission. They were basically curing cancer, whether it be cancer or autism or autoimmune diseases. And they were doing it. Some of them would use some conventional methods because they were medical doctors, but very little, mostly with holistic alternative, quote unquote, methods. And they were all extraordinary. And I have talked to elderly patients who, some in recent years that they put in remission, or like Dr. Gonzalez, where he had put patients into remission from stage 4 pancreatic cancer over 20 years ago. So his funeral was packed full at the Church of previous late stage pancreatic cancer patients who are now still in remission 25 years later, never came back. And it's really miraculous. And he was doing that without chemotherapy, radiation, or conventional methods.